Hello guys, in this video we are going to see the difference between relational database and a NoSQL database. Now there are many differences between both the databases, but we are going to look at how the data is represented in both the databases because I think that is the biggest difference between them. All right. Let's start with a relational database. In relational databases, we have tables, and those tables are connected using the foreign keys. All right. Now let's take an example. A user, notes, and comment. A user can create notes. A notes can have comments, and user also creates the comments because user comments on the notes. So this is a sample relational database, and this is how it looks. So a user id so a comments table is going to have a user id, and and these two tables will be mapped. A comment id is also going to have a note id, and that is how these two tables are going to be mapped. And the notes will have a user id, and this is how these two tables are going to be mapped. It is very easy to understand, and if you do not understand this thing, please refer to the relations in SQL databases because I think this is this is pretty straightforward. All right. So how the data is modeled in NoSQL database? Well, in NoSQL database or MongoDB or any other database of DynamoDB, we model data based on how it is going to be queried. All right. So there is no standard data definition in terms of NoSQL database. It all depends on who is going to query the data and how your data is going to be accessed. All right, you can model your data in any way. In any way, there is no restriction to how you can model your data. Now let's take the same example, that is this example, and try to model the same example into NoSQL database and see how and see the differences. All right. So this is the first approach. This is how you can model it. You can have a user, and a user can have multiple nodes. So all these nodes are created by the same user, that is user id 1, the Shiva. Now these nodes have comments. All right. Comment id 1 to comment id 1 again. There can be some mistakes that I have made here, but that can be overlooked. All right. So what this means is that if a user queries, or if a system queries that I want to find all the nodes created by this user id, or created or having a username this, then this model will give us the fastest result. All right. Because it just have to search on a very top level. It does not have to go inside in the deep nested part to check what information it has to find. Suppose if we have to find out who made the comment, who made this comment, that is this comment. Right. So how we can do that? So first we will have to find this user, then we have to iterate over these nodes, then we will have to check these comments. So you can see how hard it is to traverse if we wanted to query something from here, from this comments section. All right. So this is the first approach. This is how we can model the same requirement in NoSQL database. Now this is optimized for user. All right. Optimized for user. All right. So what is the second approach? What is the second way? We can optimize it for the nodes, right? Optimized for nodes, right? So if you want to find out a particular node, that is node id 1, it is very easy. If we wanted if we had to do the same thing in this first approach, we had to first get all the nodes from a user, then check if the node ID is matching or not. Now in this scenario we just have a one user ID. What if we had millions of user? It is going to be very tough to find who to just find a simple node, right? It was not a good idea. But in this case it's very easy because the node is at the very top. Node ID is very at the top, and to find a particular node, this is the fastest approach, because we have nodes who created the node, then the comments on that nodes, right? So that there is no problem in this data modeling too, because it also works, it also satisfies the condition. So what is the issue here? There is no issue here. It all depends on how you are going to query the data, right? So if we want to find out all the comments made by this particular user, or all the comments, or if you want to find something about these comments, it is going to be hard again. So the third approach is that we can use this, that is, we can search everything based on a comment. So what I mean is that if we want to search for a particular comment, that is comment ID 95 or 100, anything like that, we would have to search all the nodes, then find a particular comment, and it is going to be little tough. It's not going to be very time consuming, but it's not very straightforward, right? The same goes with this. You can query anything here, but it's not going to be straightforward. So if in this case, if in the first approach you wanted to find a node ID with node ID 100, so it's not that you cannot find it here, you can find here, but if you execute the same query here, the result is going to be faster. So whenever you design something, your aim is to have the low latency, and that is why I'm saying that you can define in any way you want. It's all up to you. All right, so this is the third approach. So what we can do here is that what we have done here is that we have created the comment. So if we want to find anything about a particular comment, this is the fastest approach. What is the comment, who made the comment, and on what note? All right, so I mean note ID 1 2 3 4, something like that. So now here, if we are using this model, and we want to find out all the comments that are having note ID 1, right? So again, this is little harder, and when I say it little harder, it does not mean that it is not possible. It is possible, but if we were using this data model, it was going to be faster, right? Because here at one place we have all the information, but here we have information but at different places. So to retrieve those information, it is going to be little time consuming. All right, so what is the fourth approach? Because there are many approach, so this is the fourth approach. So what we do here is that we club all together, right? So we create a user, that is a user ID, now a username. Now these are all the nodes that are created by this particular user. All right, and these are the comments that are made on those nodes. So what is this now? What is this comment? These are all the comments that are done by the user. That means all these comments, that is comment 1 2, this a comment made by Shiva, that is user ID 1. All right, so these are all these four data models are correct. It's not that none of them are incorrect, but it all depends on how you want to model it, or how the data is going to be used by your system. I hope I'm making sense. If at any point you think that you're getting lost, write in the comment section at what place I I did not do a good job, and I will help you out. Now, if you loved this video, if you like it, subscribe to my channel, comment or share it with your friends, because it motivates me to create more videos.